What's up, everybody? Zach Reininger. I'm back. A little bit of a hiatus here. Been a while since I posted a video. Things got crazy, a little busy, a lot of travel. I fell behind. My ADHD kicked in. In a month, 6 weeks later, I look up and I haven't done anything. So first of all, thank you to everybody that reached out to me, wondered where my videos were, told me you watched them and I hadn't been posting. Thank you for holding me accountable. And at the same time, today's video, I want to talk a little bit about something that I've been thinking about in regards to not posting these videos. It's been bothering me that I haven't been doing them. I allowed the concept of busy take me away from something that I was really enjoying sharing. I think people were enjoying watching, and I was trying to add value. But I allowed the concept of being busy and overtake things. And what I want to talk about, and there's no script to this. Like, this is just me talking to the camera right now, which, by the way, was a pain in the butt to really try and dial everything in and get the settings back. Somehow all my stuff got reset. But I want to talk about the concept of failing isn't failure and why I've been thinking about this. So in my opinion, I failed. I failed because I made a commitment to myself. I made a commitment to people that watch these videos, you, that I would continually post videos and I would add content and try to add value. And failing there is one thing, but the difference between failing and failure, in my opinion, is failing is something that you do all the time. We all fail. We're failing at this. We're not doing it right. We need to get better. I failed at that. I failed at that. I want to fail at a lot of things because that means I'm continuing to get better. Failure, in my opinion, is if I had stopped. If I hadn't come back in here and shot this video, that would be failure because it's final. Failure is when it's done. Failing is like, man, you fall down, but you get back up and you keep going. I failed that time. I failed this time. Failure is you fell down and you stayed down. And this concept has been brewing in my head as I think about these videos, and I've had a lot of weird inner guilt around it. I need to do them. I want to do them. And I just couldn't get off my ass to do it. Couldn't get out of my own head. A lot of it's rooted in some weird ADHD stuff that I have to battle. And it's like, well, it's gone too far now. Now it's awkward. And like just so much weird shit. That's the inner dialogue we all have. But I kept coming back to failure versus failing. And I failed. I failed you guys. I failed me. I failed my commitments. But I'm not a failure because I refused to stop. And what I've also realized a little bit through some of these videos is I think some of how I've been approaching it with like Mindset Mondays and things like that. Like I love that concept, but it also sort of creates a trap for me where I'm trapping myself into always being on those days and always shooting that. And I understand a lot of YouTube and social media people and all that, they'll all tell you have to be consistent. If you do Mondays, you got to do every single Monday. Well, guys, at the end of the day, I don't want to start creating videos just to create videos because I have to post one on Monday. I'd rather post one every 2 weeks that actually has value. It's something I can share from my experiences rather than me sitting here trying to make up something or come up with something to continue to fill those expectations. And I understand part of this is production and I have to come up with these things, but there's a side of this that I always want this to be real. You guys always know that I tell the truth. I tell you how it is. I'm going to tell you exactly what's going on, where I'm failing, where I'm falling short. And I'm just trying to share from my experiences because it helps me stay accountable and it helps me get better. So again, there is no script on any of this. You guys get to sit here and listen to the ramblings of a madman and what goes on inside. So the concept of failure versus failing, and I want to fail. You want to fail. The more we fail, it means the more shit we're trying, the more things we're trying to do. And so that's a massive part of personal growth. And also being aware when you're failing. And the problem that I have is the implementation. I was aware that I was failing this. I just couldn't get myself to force to sit down, acknowledge it, and work through it. And so I'm going to continue with my commitment to you guys and to myself that I will continue to post content. I may reconfigure a little bit of how I do it. I may try and do some other angles and different types of videos, but I'm doing it from a place where I want to make sure I'm always adding value and not just putting shit out to put shit out, because that's not real. So That's where I'm at. That's where I've been. I'm great. I'm healthy. Family's healthy. Everybody's good. And I want to thank you guys, though. I want to thank the number of people that have reached out and noticed, and the people that I never even thought were paying attention, that asked and said things like, hey, dude, haven't seen you out there on social media, blah, blah, blah. That's humbling to me. So thank you very much for that. It's also a reminder, I think, that I am adding value, and I just need to continue doing that to help. So a lot of other stuff to come. I've got a ton of notes on things that I've been thinking about, things that we're going through, things that our industry is experiencing. There's some health things that I really want to start talking about. Some things have happened in the industry with people that have gotten sick, people that have passed away, very tragically so. My own health journey, things like that. Those are things that I'm very passionate about, and I'm going to start sharing more of that. So bear with me as I continue to explore and try to grow and get uncomfortable and get comfortable being uncomfortable. And that was one of the battles that I'm always struggling with. And I'm always telling everybody is like, get as uncomfortable as possible. And me doing these videos, me being on social media and doing all of that is so out of my comfort zone. So people say like, oh, you're so great on video, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's not about being good on video or being able to communicate or any of that. I'm a very private person. I don't like sharing a lot of my life. I don't like being on social media and sharing a lot of that. I don't like it because it's uncomfortable. And I'm pushing myself to continue to get uncomfortable and be more comfortable being uncomfortable. It's all about growth. It's all about getting better. It's all about pushing our bodies and our minds to do different things that we don't want to do. It's the only way we're going to grow. And I'm just trying to share my journey. The things that I share are things that I think about. They're things that I've experienced. They're revelations I've had. They're shit that I've read and learned that maybe by me sharing, it helps you. But guys, at the end of the day, it's also selfish because it helps me. When I voice these things and I voice my thoughts and I voice what I'm going through, it's a weird form of personal growth for me too. Like I'm growing and I'm learning. And as I talk about things, I have these aha moments, and it also holds me accountable, because the biggest thing that I cannot do is I cannot be a fraud. It just conflicts so deeply with, excuse me, with who I am internally. And if I'm not living up to those standards, I cannot get out and talk to people about how they need to raise theirs. And I'm going to dive into how some of those things I think affected me, why I wasn't shooting video. And I'm going to talk about that in some other videos about my own journey, my health, and things that I was doing where I don't think I was living up to the standard that I had set for myself. And I think I retreated and hid rather than put myself back out there and be a fraud and tell someone else that, oh, here's what I'm doing, here's this. No, I can't do it. And so I'm going to talk through all that. I'm going to share some videos. I'm going to talk through a bunch of stuff. And I just want to thank you, A, for watching, B, for giving me this space to be able to share, and C, for helping hold me accountable and continue to grow. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. You will continue to see stuff drop from me. I can't guarantee it's always going to be Mindset Monday. I can't guarantee it's always going to be Thursday, because I am now exploring new avenues. I'm going to explore different ways that fit me so they feel more authentic. Appreciate you coming along the journey. We'll talk to you guys soon.